Good morning, everyone. This is Adam Welch here with Insurance Agency Marketing Services. Thank you for taking some time out of your Friday morning to join us here today. Joining me today is Gary Voith from Baltimore Life, and we've got a great presentation put together for you here. Gary's going to take us through Baltimore Life's product portfolio with their single premium life products, show you how they can fit in with your client work and some unique features that Baltimore Life does really well. So these are very competitive products that we're using here on the single premium life side, getting significant traction, some great applications and pretty versatile products from that standpoint. So Gary's going to take us through that here in just a little bit. Before I hand things over to Gary, though, I just do want to take a couple of quick moments here to go through a couple of housekeeping items and then walk you through some exciting things that we have available for you to take advantage of with us here at IAMS. A couple of housekeeping items, though, as we go through the presentation today. Any questions that may come up, please feel free to shoot those over to us. We will be checking periodically throughout the presentation for questions, and we'll stop to get those answered at a couple points throughout the presentation. So please feel free to type those into your question box and send those over, and we will check up on those and get those answered for you. Additionally, as I'm going through some of our intro slides here, before I hand things over to Gary, we are going to have a couple of poll questions. And on those poll questions, they're just very simple yes or no responses. But your participation and response in those poll questions really helps us in making sure we're getting the information out to you that you need, that you desire, and helps us kind of tailor our services here as well. So if you wouldn't mind, when each of those poll questions are launched, to just take a quick moment and respond yes or no to those. Again, that goes a long way for us in terms of feedback and making sure we're getting all the information that you need and are looking for. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and get things moving here. Talk about a number of different rewards, incentives, and services we have available to you here at IAMS. The first of which is our new producer bonus, and we're very proud of this. This is a great incentive for new agents, not necessarily new to the business, but new to us here at IAMS. This is our way of thanking you and rewarding you for submitting your first pieces of business with us here at IAMS. We have 3 different levels to choose from based on the production that you write with us. And basically the way this works is once you're contracted with us here at IAMS, within the first 6 months, if you submit $100,000 of annuity or single premium life business, that's going to qualify you for one of 3 items that you can see there, either a $750 cash bonus, which is by far and away the most popular at that level, or a 2-year website and newsletter subscription paid by us for you to help generate some new leads there, or the latest generation iPad. So that's the $100,000 level. If you have more than $100,000 in new business in your first 6 months, you hit that $300,000 level, the rewards get better. So we have a number of items to choose from. That cash bonus goes up to a $1,500 gift card. We have a full Social Security program that comes along with a 3,000-piece postcard mailing for that, or $2,000 in marketing reimbursement money to provide to you to help promote your business and get some new leads in the door there. So that's our $300,000 level. And then the $500,000 level, rewards get really nice here. We have a couple of great seminar coaches. These are top producers with us. You can see Matt Gill and Dave Pemper down at the bottom of the screen. These are consistently top producers with us here at IAMS. They qualify for all the trips. Really at the upper end in terms of agent production with us here at IAMS. And they do a great job generating new business with their seminar systems. They are big into seminar marketing. Both have developed, they are different seminar systems, but both have developed them around what works for them to generate new business and be very successful in closing that new business. So you can choose from a 5,000-piece mailing and seminar coaching with Matt Gill, or take a look and take advantage of Dave Pemper's seminar system and get a 4,000-piece mailing and, again, seminar coaching with Dave Pemper. Additionally, you just wrote $500,000 in business with us here at IAMS in your first 6 months. You want to get out and get some rest and relaxation. We do have an option to create your own getaway with Ritz-Carlton Travel Rewards. So you can certainly take advantage of that and customize your own vacation and get out and reward yourself at that $500,000 level. So that's our new producer bonus. Again, our way of saying thank you and rewarding any new producers to us here at IAMS. We do also have a top producer trip every year, and coming up here, 2018 actually, we are in qualification periods for this now, but this is our 2018 Top Producer Escape. We are taking qualifying agents out to the Boulders Resort and Spa in Scottsdale, Arizona. And I really can't say enough good things about this place. I've been out there a couple of times myself. Just a absolutely gorgeous setting up there in Scottsdale, Arizona. Tremendous resort, very well maintained grounds, a great spa, kind of pamper yourself, great restaurants on the grounds. If you're into golf and tennis, they have fantastic tennis facilities, a couple of just real top-notch golf courses that are really fun to play. So I've been out there a couple of times again and just really can't say enough good things about that location. But you can see at the bottom, virtually any piece of business you submit with us here at IAMS, we're going to reward you with some trip credits towards that top producer escape. So you can qualify with any combination of those below the $2 million in annuity premium, $1.5 million in single premium life business, $175,000 in target life premium, and then any Medicare supplement or long-term care premium that you write with us goes towards those trip credits as well. So again, any piece of business you run through us here at IAMS, we want to thank you for that and reward you with some trip qualification credits. Very attainable to make that trip if you're a regular in the business. So keep that in mind. Give us a call. Our phone number down at the bottom is 800-255-5055. Let us know what we can do, what you're working on, that we can help you close so we can get you out on that trip. Our creative services, many of you may not be aware, but we do have a full service creative department here at IAMS. So we want to help you build your brand and get your name out there and your message out there so you can get some new leads, get some new production in the door, and close some business. So we do have a full service creative department that can help you with everything from just your basic letterhead with your logo, business cards, envelopes, print marketing, online marketing, all of those items listed here. Our creative department does a great job in assisting our agents with, and it is much more cost effective utilizing our creative department versus your local PR or advertising firm. We're not in the creative services business to make money. We're in this to give you the cost-effective and effective brand marketing that you need to grow your business. So we want to help you as effectively as possible build your brand and grow your business. That's going to result in increased annuity production and life production for you. So keep that in mind. If you like some more information about our creative department, please feel free to give us a call. Ask for either Jen or Josh in our creative department. They do a great job with that branding and marketing. All right, the next item, we are big on training. Haven't noticed, we do keep a really full webinar calendar every month. We also like to hold our offsite life and annuity academies. These are great industry recognized training events going over information to build your business and give you some new marketing concepts out there to increase your levels of production. So you can see on this slide here some bullet points of some of the topics that will be covered at these meetings. We do have several dates throughout the year. So take a quick glance at that while I get our first poll of the day ready here and send this out. But very simply, would you be interested in receiving more information about our all expense paid life and annuity academy? So that poll is now open. If you wouldn't mind taking a quick moment just to respond yes or no. If you do click yes to that, please keep in mind that is certainly not a commitment to join us at one of these events. This is just simply saying you would like some additional information. We can get out a sample agenda so you can see exactly what's going to be discussed, get you out the future dates of the meetings, and some additional information if you would have interest in being notified about future academies. That'll put you at the top of the interested party list, and our next one, you will be the first one we reach out to see if you'd be able to make that next training academy. So again, this is not going to be your typical 2-day meeting where we're going to beat you over the head with product information and product training. These are really more geared towards giving you some different marketing concepts and sales tools that you can take away and implement in your business and see an immediate increase in production. Something that you may not have tried before, or something you just weren't comfortable with, be it seminar coaching or using a new piece of software. So Matt Gill and Dave Pimper, as I had mentioned on our new producer bonus slide, they will be out there among some other top producers of IAMS to go through some different coaching strategies and give you some of their marketing ideas and sales concepts that they use. We'll go through some different information about income riders and how to position life insurance and single premium life as a wealth transfer or even long-term care alternative with your clients. So a number of different concepts will be presented out there, and it is all expense paid. So all of your travel expenses, your room and board and meals will all be taken care of. It only costs you a couple of days out of the field, and we know that those 2 days are expensive. Those are 2 days that you're not going to be out there meeting with clients, building relationships, and making sales. So we want to make sure we're giving you the best information out there, best sales concepts and marketing concepts to reward you for those 2 days that you are spending with us versus in the field. So with that, poll's been open here for a little bit. It looks like a vast majority of you did respond. So thank you to those of you that did. If you have not responded yet, if you would just take a quick moment before I close this out, I'll leave it open for another 15 seconds or so. But again, this is certainly not committing you to attending our next meeting. It's just simply stating that you are interested in receiving more information and want to be considered for future meetings. So, all right, we've got a good amount of you that responded, so thank you to those of you that did. Everyone that clicked yes, we will get an email with some additional information sent out to you following this webinar. All right, so paperless contracting, we want to do everything we can to try and make you more efficient out in the field, and contracting with new carriers, different carriers, depending on client needs, that can certainly get to be a hassle. So we have paperless contracting available here. If you have any questions about paperless contracting, please give us a call, and Chris Mount, our Assistant VP of Contracting and Supply, very knowledgeable on the paperless contracting system. Give her a call. She'd be glad to visit with you a bit further about how we can get you set up on paperless contracting. But this is a great way to get acquainted with multiple carriers at one time, one piece of or one packet of forms. You don't need to fill out the contracting for each individual carrier, at least those carriers that support paperless contracting. So makes it very easy. You're not having to go through a lot of paperwork to get acquainted with the carriers you need to be to do business. So we do have that available for you here at IAMS. Additionally, our website here, a number of great tools available on our website. You can see the web address there is www.iamsinc.com. We have some sales tools available to you. We have our term quoting engine and annuity quoting engine. It's available, of course, 24/7. So if we're not here or you need a quick term quote, you have easy access via our website to get those term quotes, or even a guaranteed universal life quote is available out there. All of us in the life department do use our term quoting engine on our website to run those term quotes. So while we're more than happy to do that for you, you do have access to it on your own if you prefer to run your own quotes there. Any forms or product grids to see what the more relevant products are on the annuity or life side, that's all available on our website. So a number of great resources available a couple clicks away at iamsinc.com. All right, IAMS Wealth Management, and this is going to bring me to our second poll of the day here. But many of you may not be aware yet, we did just recently launch a registered investment advisory called IAMS Wealth Management. You can see their phone number down there at the bottom. Just want to mention that. It is 888-255-7670. Charles R. Hiring in our office is the point person with IAMS Wealth Management, very knowledgeable on business practices and onboarding to get you up and running with IAMS Wealth. But basically, this is an outlet to add fee-based asset management to your business. So before I go any further, I do want to launch our second poll of the day here. Very simply, would you be interested in learning more about IAMS Wealth Management? This is, as I mentioned, a registered investment advisory that we established to be as advisor and agent friendly as possible. Really developed to be in response and be prepared for the impending DOL, whatever version of the DOL comes down. But it is an outlet to help you be able to continue your annuity business and continue your business with IAMS Wealth, and then adding a new feather in your cap in terms of being able to offer that asset management, fee-based asset management business to your clients. So this is a way that you can, not to say that you don't already act in the best interest of your clients as a fiduciary, but being Series 65 licensed or being an investment advisor representative obligates you to hold that fiduciary standard and work in the best interest of your clients. It just takes it a step further so your clients know that you are working in their best interest. It goes a long way to improving client retention, increasing your revenue, and strengthening those client relationships by being able to add those services. You're becoming more of a holistic resource for your clients there. Not only insurance, annuity, but now that money management side. So clicking yes, pardon me, clicking yes here on this poll question will just prompt another automated email here with just some additional information about IAMS Wealth Management and how we can assist you to add the fee-based money management to your business. We have a great onboarding system set up where we can help you study for and pass the Series 65 exam if you're not already a CFP or a chartered financial consultant, don't have any other designations that would be prerequisites for the Series 65. We have got a great study path to get you up and running quickly with the Series 65. So thank you to those of you that did respond to that. It looks like a number of responses here, so I'm going to go ahead and close that out so we can keep it moving. All right, Retirement Analyzer. Speaking of acting in a fiduciary standard with your clients, Retirement Analyzer is a piece of software we have available to IAMS contracted agents that really will go a long way towards illustrating to your client that you are acting in their best interest. So the Retirement Analyzer kind of simply is a holistic planning piece of software that takes you from a product salesman to a solution salesman. It shows your clients rather the power of how long their money will last without you and them with you. It shows them the power of your solutions that you're recommending to them rather. So it shows them before, without working with you, how long their money's projected to last in retirement. You come in, make a couple of quick adjustments to make that money last a bit further, and then you come in a third step with a product recommendation to take care of their issues and show the power of that product, whatever it may be, whatever that solution is. You can plug it into the Retirement Analyzer and actually show them the impact of that recommendation and that relationship with you on their future retirement income. It's not only for an annuity sale. It can certainly accommodate any life insurance sales to show the value of death benefit protection, as well as long-term care and show the impact of long-term care expenses on future retirement funds and the needed increase in income should those long-term care needs arise. So very powerful piece of software. Marcus Solar in our office is kind of the point person. He'd be glad to go through that software with you in a brief demo and get some additional information if you'd be interested in adding that to your business. Easy Money Now. So last thing I want to talk about here before I hand things over to Gary, we have a number of rewards and incentives, and these are the final two I want to mention today. The first that you see on the left side of the screen is our Refer Producer program. Just like you out in the field, the highest compliment you can receive, most qualified referral or most qualified lead you can receive out there is a referral. So the same holds true for us here at IAMS. If you know of any colleagues or associates out there in the field that would benefit from working with us here at IAMS, if you pass their name along and they get contracted, we are going to reward you for that. And then from that point, we will pay you bonus money on any business that referral writes. So you can see in that example here, really can add up to be some good extra cash in your pocket just by passing along somebody that is going to write business with us here today. So in that example, you refer over 3 producers, each of them produce $1 million a year, an annuity or single premium life business. That's going to equate to $6,000 in extra cash in your pocket just simply for passing their information along and recommending that they do business with us. So we want to reward you for that. One thing to note, this is not coming off the top of their commission. This is coming directly out of our pocket to you, again, as a thank you for passing them along to us. So keep that in mind. Anyone that you may know out there that would benefit, we will reward you for that with our Referred Producer program. Then on the right side of the screen, you can see our marketing reimbursement program. This is an often overlooked incentive with us here at IAMS. We want to make sure everyone's taking advantage of this that's writing business with us. So this is a great way to potentially cut your lead expenses in half. And the more business you write with us, the more you have in that marketing reimbursement account. So basically the way this works, any piece of business you write with us is going to qualify for some level of marketing reimbursement. We will set aside funds into a marketing reimbursement account for you. And then if you perform a seminar or a client appreciation event, need new business cards, whatever that expense may be, as long as it's centered around marketing and building your business, send us the receipt and we can get a check in the mail to you for up to half of that expense. So a great way to, again, cut your marketing expenses potentially in half. That is our marketing reimbursement program. Again, another way of us thanking you for the business that you write with us here at IAMS. All right, with that, I'm going to pass controls over to Gary here to talk about the single premium life products and tell the Baltimore life story here. So in just a moment, Gary, I'm going to get the controls over to you. All right.
Okay, Adam, thank you very much. Hopefully you can hear me, and want to thank IAMS. Adam, thank you very much for inviting us today. I'm such a great partner. We really sincerely appreciate the opportunity. I want to thank each of you today for investing some of your very valuable time to learn more about Baltimore Life's tax-efficient asset transfer program. In today's session, we're going to be talking about the products, the market, and we're going to get into some sales and marketing ideas and support ideas for you as well. So before we get started, let's talk about the 2 products we're going to mention today. We're going to be reviewing our Generation Legacy and Single Premium Whole Life product. Both of these products are really designed for your senior clients in mind who have what we like to call some leave behind money. Money they don't need to live on. They simply want to leave it behind, thus creating a legacy for that next generation. No matter whether you have after-tax cash dollars or qualified funds, annuities, qualified plans, we have products that can satisfy the need, and we'll get into that detail. A little bit on the marketplace, it's absolutely huge. About $1 to $3 trillion in wealth is expected to be transferred each and every year, and that's going to happen between now and the year 2052. We know that about 55% of your clients' wealth is moving along to their family members, and about 16% of their wealth is moving along to their favorite charities. So yes, 71% of your clients' wealth is moving on to people in organizations they know and love. The question is, are they maximizing the amount of money they're able to pass along, and are they really doing it in the most tax-efficient way? Well, the first product we'll get into is our Generation Legacy product, and this product, as I alluded to, is really designed to take single premium dollars from non-qualified deferred annuities and other qualified plan funds, such as 401ks, IRAs, 403bs, and the like, but of course money not needed for daily living. It's that client who does in fact want to create a legacy and increase their estate through the tax-efficient use of a life insurance program. This product has an issue age that we'll go through today of 60 through age 80. And by writing just a single application with us, we're going to issue 2 products. A single premium immediate annuity that will receive the transfer of those funds, along with a limited premium payment whole life product. Once issued, both of these products will seamlessly be administered together by Baltimore Life for the benefit of your client, provide all the benefits we'll talk about here today. We'll be getting into our simplified underwriting process, and we do underwrite through 4 tables on this product on a simplified issue basis. And finally, in all states where it's approved, and that's the very high majority of our states, we automatically include our accelerated death benefit rider, which truly can provide living benefits to your client at a time when it's needed most. So the qualified market is also large, about $2.7 trillion in tax-deferred annuities out there. About 65% of that money is tied up in tax-qualifying employer plans. Of course, a lot of these employer plans, people are accumulating money, let's say in their 401ks, their 403bs, but they really don't have a distribution plan, do they? Part of that money might be needed for income. Part of that money might be wanting to use to pass on to the next generation tax efficiently. Then we've got about 35% of that 2.7 trillion that are in tax or in non-qualified deferred annuities that you're probably selling and have many on the books today. As you know, many of your clients love annuity products, and they are great products. Accumulate wealth, do a tax on a tax-deferred basis. But one of the third legs of the stool of that annuity is the annuitization feature that many of your clients never exercise. They never use it for income, so they're simply trying to accumulate wealth to pass it along. As we know, RMDs do kick in at age 70 and a half. And of course, if the client dies, and eventually dies, I should say, and they just are passing that money along, of course, they're passing the tax along to their survivors that are probably in a higher tax bracket than they are. So we all agree that annuities are fantastic products, but the question is, are they really the best products to die with if your only goal is to pass money to the next generation? Well, we feel that the solution to that could be our Generation Legacy product. And I want you to conceptually think of Generation Legacy as a gift your client's trying to pass along to the next generation. And in that gift box, you're going to help facilitate the transfer of money from annuities and qualified plans. With the writing of a single app, as I mentioned, we'll issue 2 products, a SPIA that will receive the transfer of the funds, along with a limited premium payment whole life product. Now, over a period of either 7 or 10 years, depending on the issue age of your client, Baltimore Life will make automatic annual premium payments from the SPIA to the life product until the life product becomes paid up. So what dictates the payment pattern? It is the issue age. And if the client's 60 to 74, we'll issue a 10-year payout on the SPIA along with the 10-year limited premium payment whole life product. The client's 75 to 80, a 7-year payout on the SPIA, along with a 7-year paid-up life product. Now, here's where the benefits really get rich. What if the client were to die during the period of time while the SPIA is funding that life insurance? Well, we know the life insurance product will always be there to provide an income tax-free death benefit that's greater than the single premium paid. But if the client were to die during the years 7 to 10 years while that SPIA is funding the life insurance, Baltimore Life will also pay the remaining payments from the SPIA not used to fund that life insurance product to their named beneficiary as well. So they're getting both. That's a valuable benefit, a very competitive benefit. And we'll talk a little bit more about the tax portion of the SPIA benefit that would be paid out at death, because we know the life insurance is income tax free. So at the end of the 7 or 10 years, of course, the gift is complete. The bow is on it. That life insurance product is now paid up. The SPIA goes away. It's done its job. That life insurance product will continue to provide an income tax-free death benefit greater than the single premium. It'll continue to provide cash value growth on a tax-deferred basis. And, of course, will also provide the accelerated death benefit we'll be getting into. So just to recap, the issue ages are 60 through 80. We base our pricing on current age or age at last birthday. Now, the reason this is important is that you're going to be dealing with the transfer of funds from other products and institutions. That transfer process may take 20 to 35 days. We're going to be issuing the policy based on the age your client is the day we receive the funds. Minimum premium to get this started is only $5,000. How many clients do you know out there have annuities, maybe multiple annuities that they've bought over time, that their only goal is simply to pass that money along to the next generation? Is the annuity product the best thing for them to be in, or can they help their estate situation out a little bit better with this arrangement with Generation Legacy? The average premium, by the way, we see on this product is about $60,000 to $65,000. Now, the maximum face amount for the life product that we'll issue based on the single premium paid is $450,000. Now, we do have two underwriting classes, non-tobacco and tobacco, and through simplified underwriting, on those underwriting classes, we will issue any risk standard through Table 4. Cash values accumulate in the life product, of course, on a non-participating basis, and partial surrenders are available from the life product after the life product has become paid up, 7 or 10 years. Loans are available anytime at a maximum interest rate of 8%. So now let's talk about that accelerated death benefit rider. Truly, the best way, as you know, to solve a long-term care need is a good long-term care policy. But as you probably well are aware, many seniors cannot afford long-term care insurance. So isn't it nice to know that they can accelerate their life insurance benefits to provide some cash when it's really needed at end of life? There are 3 health event triggers that will allow you to accelerate the life insurance face amount benefit in our Generation Legacy package. It's terminal illness, confinement to a qualified nursing home facility, and in situations of extended care, home health care, and adult daycare. Upon the decision to accelerate, which by the way can happen any time after issue, a lien will occur that will be held against the death benefit and accumulate at a maximum rate of 8% prior to death. We'll show you some examples of that. The maximum accelerated amount is $250,000. The minimum is $5,000. But the good news is this benefit pays out once, and it pays out in a lump sum, and these are unrestricted funds. The monies can be used for whatever reason the client deems necessary. So now let's look at the definition of these riders and the percentages of payout. Terminal illness, simply put, the client needs to be terminally ill with a life expectancy of 12 months or less. And here the maximum accelerated rate is 75% of the face on the life product. The second rider covers both qualified nursing and extended care situations. The maximum accelerated rate is 50% here. But the definition for the nursing home confinement to qualify would be chronic illness, confined to a qualified nursing home continuously for 90 days, but with the expectation of a permanent confinement. For extended care, again, chronically ill, have been so for 90 days, but now they're requiring care provided by either a licensed home health care agency or a licensed or state certified adult daycare center. Again, in both situations, a 50% accelerated rate is available. Now, keep in mind, there's about 6 or 7 states now that have some different terms to these riders. Primarily, it's a different percentage, a reduced percentage from the 75 and 50. So in Pennsylvania and Indiana, for example, the respective rates are 65 and 40. But the good news here is we designed these riders to be able to pay cash now for living benefits and still have remaining life insurance benefits. What do we mean by chronic illness? It's one of these 2 definitions. They're either can't perform 2 out of 6 activities of daily living, or they're suffering from a severe organic mental illness, such as Alzheimer's or dementia. In either case, they're chronically ill. So let's look at some examples of payouts. This is the client who is terminally ill with a face amount on the life product of $100,000. They could then, if they're terminally ill, they could get a maximum payout of 75% or $75,000. We do add a $100 service fee for that transaction. So if this client were to die immediately after getting that cash, no time for interest or accrual in the lien, the remaining death benefit would just be the face amount less the lien, giving you a remaining death benefit of $24,900. Now, this is probably the more common occurrence, and that is the client dies 1 year after getting their cash payment as a living benefit. So now 1 year later, you take the face less the original lien plus 1 year's worth of interest, giving you a remaining life insurance benefit of $18,892. Now, in a terminal situation, this client would have to live 4+ years for the interest to outrun the remaining death benefit. Very, very unlikely that that would occur. And that's why with some states that have a little bit more conservative viewpoint, they are doing, let's say, the 65% in Pennsylvania. It even is longer in a terminal situation for interest outrun remaining death benefits. But technically, could these riders terminate? Well, technically they could, very unlikely. But what if the client ends the life policy? Well, you're thinking to yourself, well, wait a second, the SPIA is funding the life insurance automatically. How would the life policy end? Well, let's say a client came to you in year 1 with $100,000 of leave behind money, and in year 2, they came back to you and said, I thought it was leave behind money, but now I need as much money as possible. Technically, they could decouple these contracts in the life contract, which would end the riders, and it would have very little cash value in it at that point. So the remaining payments from the SPIA would be paid out to that person at that time. The death of the insured, of course, we pay a death benefit instead, not the riders. They would go away. And finally, if you accelerate it, let's say under the nursing home provision at 50%, you can't accelerate a second time. The last thing to remember is, I alluded to before, what if the interest outruns the remaining death benefit? Very, very unlikely that that would ever happen. That's why the percentages are set up the way they are. But if that unlikely situation occurred, the owner can repay all or part of the lien at any time to keep this qualified as a life contract. Keep in mind, even though you accelerate a benefit, there's still cash value accumulated in the product, tax deferred. And also, you cannot have a lien and a loan going on at the same time. So if there's a policy loan in existence, you cannot accelerate the benefit. The last thing to remember is that no matter whether you're using our benefit or any company's similar benefit, you should always tell your client to consult with their tax advisor, because technically these benefits could be considered taxable in certain situations, and the key word is may. That's something for a tax advisor to answer. So let's look at some examples of payouts. Here's a female 70, non-tobacco, who's got 50 grand, let's say, coming from an annuity, and that was leave behind money. We will issue on the life side $78,000, nearly $451 in face. So this client at 70 has immediately increased her estate value by $28,451, knowing that if she dies in the first 10 years, the remaining payments from the SPIA would also be paid to her beneficiary. But look at these accelerated death benefit payments. These are real cash payments to a senior client at end of life that truly could use that money. So it's a powerful rider, as you know. It's probably, in my opinion, one of the better riders that have been developed in the life industry in the 39 years that I've been doing it. So what about taxation, and what's another advantage, I should say, from the tax side? Well, we believe it's how we can spread out the gain on the money that you're rolling over. So, no matter whether you're rolling money from an IRA that's never been taxed before, or you're rolling money from an annuity where there's a basis and a gain, eventually Uncle Sam's going to have to be paid tax on that money, right, on the gain. So the beauty is, by rolling, let's say, an IRA into this generation legacy product and putting it into a qualified SPIA, it's essentially going to be used to pay premium over 7 or 10 years. So as a result, we're able to spread the tax out on that gain over the same 7 or 10 year period. The good news is the payment we make from the SPIA to the life product does satisfy the RMD rules. That's a good thing. And as you know, the life insurance benefit is income tax free, but if we pay out remaining payments from the SPIA based on an early death prior to the 7 to 10 year period, those remaining payments from the SPIA would be subject to tax based on the portion of the money that has not been taxed before. So your client would get a 1099, I should say your client's beneficiary would get a 1099 on that gain. One last thing on taxes based on the application. Because we're dealing with the rollover of money from annuities and qualified plans, we have to ask the question, do you want money withheld, tax withheld, from the money you're rolling over? And the way our product is set up, you have to answer that question no. You do not want tax withheld from the annuity you're rolling over. Otherwise, the product just doesn't work mathematically. And quite frankly, it takes away the advantage of the client of being able to spread that tax out over 7 or 10 years. So now let's take a look at premiums to death benefits. And I want you to be thinking about those clients out there that have annuity products, that if you don't know where the money is, hopefully you do, you also know what the intent of that money is. Is it for income? Is it for a legacy type of building fund? So here's the 65-year-old who has 50 grand in an annuity. Because they're 65, we're going to issue a 10-year payout on the SPIA with a 10-year paid-up life product. For the male, the face amount $77,361, and for the female, the face is $87,031 and change. So what did you just do for this female 65? You've increased her estate by over $37,000 at issue, knowing that if she dies in the first 10 years, the remaining payments from the SPIA would also be paid. Now, she might say to you, well, what if, Adam, I keep the money in the annuity? I'm making 3%. I'm in a 25% tax bracket. It would take her over 19 years just to accumulate and match the $87,000+ from the life insurance product that's always there to be paid income tax free. So certainly a good story to tell. What about the 75-year-old? A little older, a little shorter life expectancy, but the numbers still look good, don't they? Because this client's 75, we'll issue a 7-year payout on the SPIA, along with the 7-year paid-up life product. For the male, the face is $61,516 and change, and for the female, the face is over $67,000. So even at 75 with leave behind money, you've increased this lady's estate by over $17,000, and for the gentleman, nearly $12,000. Again, knowing that if they die in the first 7 years, the remaining payments from the SPIA would also be paid. I tell you, I'm a licensed agent myself. I've been marketing this product for Baltimore Life for many years as a head of marketing, and quite frankly, clients love it, agents love it, and the great news is this product and the sale of this product will create many referrals for you. Seniors love talking to their friends about such a great concept. So here's a ledger that I want to show you. This ledger can be generated as part of our proposal software that you can get on our agent site. You can also produce this right on your mobile phone or smart tablet using our Mobile Link software. So here's the female 70 non-tobacco who's got 50 grand in the annuity, cost basis of 40, that's her money. And you see in column 3 below the set $50,000 going into this. Out of that 50 grand, the annual payment from the SPIA to the life product is $5,570 a year. And the amount excluded from tax out of that premium is nearly $4,000. That was part of her basis. But based on an interest factor over 10 years, the estimated taxable income that she'll get a 1099 on is about $1,571 a year. Of course, the ledger goes on to show the life insurance benefit and death benefit on the SPIA. So keep in mind, that's a great story to tell, and it really helps the client after they understand the concept, how the ebb and flow of the cash actually works. Simple story on the forms. Simply go out to our agent website. We have a product toolkit set up for every product that you're contracted for with us, and you can print these forms, order them, or have them emailed to whomever you might need to. With the forms comes a set of instructions of telling you what to do to go through our underwriting process, how to get the forms to us, but more importantly, it gives you instructions and phone numbers on how to complete our point of sale underwriting process. This is where as soon as you finish the app, you're going to pick up the phone, call our call center, and in a 12-minute or less interview time with your client in our call center, we're going to be able to give you an underwriting decision well over 90% of the time. It's closer to about 96% plus of the time. It's that good. So a lot of our annuity agents out there who are writing Generation Legacy, they don't like life insurance underwriting. You know, it takes time. Well, this doesn't. It becomes an immediate thing that you can do while you're there with your client. Now, in the product toolkit that I referred to, there's many more tools, our agent guides, great client pieces, letters, phone approach, our Mobile Link instructions, many other things out there for your use. I'll show you some of this a little bit later on. So what about single premium whole life? It's the second product. Similar goal, client wants to create a legacy, increase their estate value, doing it tax efficiently with life insurance, but there's some key differences. The first of which is the source of the funds. This product concentrates on getting the rollover funds not needed for daily living from after-tax cash vehicles, CDs, money markets, mutual funds, and where appropriate, 1035 life-to-life product exchanges. Another difference is the issue age. Because we're working with after-tax funds, the issue ages are a little broader, 50 to 85. Another difference is underwriting. Not only do we have non-tobacco, tobacco standard through Table 4 on that tier, but we have a second tier through Table 5 through Table 8. So a client with a few more challenging health conditions would qualify. And finally, we have the same accelerated death benefit rider with the same 3 health event triggers I described for Generation Legacy. But this rider, as you're going to see, gives you a little bit more lucrative way and more flexible way to generate the payouts. And I'll show you how that works. So again, 50 to 85 based on current age, the 2 tiers of underwriting, standard through Table 4 and Table 5 through Table 8. Minimum premium, it's only $5,000 again. How many clients do you know out there that have multiple CDs set up in their portfolio, right now making less than 1% in interest? They're still getting 1099 on that interest income, and they're frustrated with a low interest rate environment. Great prospects for this product. I mean, seniors compartmentalize their funds. They know that these are the 5 CDs for their kids and the 8 CDs for their grandkids and the money for their church, all set aside and lined up. You can offer them a much better opportunity to pass money along in a much greater way. What about some of the agents out there who are selling in the final expense market? They go to a client and let's say it's a 70-year-old lady, and Mrs. Jones says, I really don't need life insurance. I have a burial account set up. Well, that means one of two things. They either have a prearrangement with their local funeral home, or they've got a $15,000 CD set up at their local bank that their kids know that's the money set aside to bury them. Well, here's how that role play might go. Mrs. Jones, you're 70. You're going to live many more years. Costs are going to go up. What if I was able to show you the way to take that $15,000 CD at your age of 70 and provide your family with nearly a $25,000 income tax-free death benefit with this product? Oh, by the way, if you became terminal in a nursing home or an extended care situation, you could get at some of that cash and help you with end-of-life expenses and still set it up that you have some paid-up life insurance there for your final expenses. So that's called the burial account concept, and I can't tell you how many agents use that to get started. The maximum face amount for this product is expressed in terms of the maximum net amount at risk, and that's simply the difference between the face amount we issue and the premium paid. That gap is the net amount at risk. Cash values, again, accumulate on a tax-deferred basis, on a non-par basis in our product. But here's another advantage with this product. Because you're working with after-tax cash funds, we do have partial surrenders available starting as early as policy year 2 at 10%, graduating up to 100% of the cash that's available in policy year 6. So if the client does have an emergency and needs some funds, they can take partial surrenders on this product. Certainly a great feature. Loans, they're always available, but I don't know why you would do a loan with such great partial surrender capability. Terminal illness rider again, the accelerated death benefit rider again, same 3 health event triggers as I said, same idea that you're going to get the cash out once, it's paid out in a lump sum, and it's non-restricted funds. But the beauty of this one is, if the client says, I don't need any more life insurance, give me as much cash as possible, they can do what we call a full acceleration. If they need some life insurance, they can keep a certain amount of their face amount on the side as paid up and accelerate the balance of the face at a certain percentage. That's called a partial acceleration. So here's some quick examples. Terminal illness, 12 months or less to live again, same definition. But now if they want to do a full acceleration, they can accelerate at 95% of the face, less the $250 admin charge. For qualified nursing, they're going to live a little longer, so the maximum accelerated rate is at 90% less the $250 admin charge. And finally, same definition for extended care we gave you before, but now through extended care situations, if they want to do a full acceleration, of course, we know they're going to live longer in these situations. The maximum accelerated rate is 80% less the $250 charge. In all 3 of these scenarios, again, don't forget, if they had a $100,000 face amount and wanted to do a partial acceleration, they could keep $25,000 of life insurance as paid up and then take the other $75,000 in face at these percentages for the accelerated benefit payout. Chronic illness, same definition, 2 out of 6 activities of daily living, or someone suffering a severe organic mental illness. So here's premiums to death benefits. 50 grand going in at 65, non-tobacco, and look at these death benefits. For the male, the face amount, you're increasing this client's estate by what, over almost $32,000. And for the female, you're increasing her estate by well over almost $43,000 at level 1 underwriting. Let's not forget that with this product, you have a level 2 of underwriting. So with all ages and genders, you're going to find the difference between level 1 and level 2 face amounts are only $5,000 to $6,000 less. It's not that much of a reduction to have level 2 underwriting. So that 65-year-old lady, yes, you've increased her estate, that she's rolling money from a CD making less than 1% in interest, and you've increased her estate by over almost $43,000, knowing that if she was making 3% on her money in a 25% tax bracket, it would take her 28 years just to match that $43,000 you've increased her estate by. Here's the 70-year-old, little older, shorter life expectancy, but don't these numbers still look good? The male, his estate increased at 70 by almost 24 grand. The female's estate at level 1 underwriting, her estate is increased by over 32,000. And again, with that second tier of underwriting, the face amount reduction is about $5,000 to $6,000 less. Same story, by the way, on your forms. Go to our application and forms package on our agent website in the product toolkit, which you're going to find many more great marketing tools for that. So let's talk quickly about our point of sale underwriting process. This is a beautiful thing because, as I said, agents don't like to waste a lot of time through underwriting. So now you can get an immediate underwriting decision by simply completing a short 12-minute or less interview with our call center and your client. We'll get the interview done and give you an immediate decision. And any underwriting decision we give you is communicated to you, not your client, because there are going to be times when you can't be present for the interview. Let's say that you call on a Saturday, okay? And our call center's closed on a Saturday, or it's after hours, and you're still writing the application. You can actually still complete the app, finish it, call the call center, and leave your name and number, your client's name and number, and a date and time you want us to call them. We'll get the interview done and call you back with the underwriting decision. You see on the screen now our call center phone number and hours. These are East Coast times. We do support English and Spanish languages. Other languages are available upon request. For your hearing impaired client, we have TTY services in English and Spanish. The key thing is you got to get the interview done within 5 business days of completing the app. So the last thing on these slides, I'm going to try to shift for the remaining few minutes in marketing, is pre-qualifying the app. We have an app for each product. So for Generation Legacy, because it's one tier of underwriting, you have one section of medical questions, a Part A. Think of your Part A as knockouts. If you get a yes in Part A, it means you don't qualify through 4 tables. But if you're all no in Part A, height and weight, drug history, MIB looking good, we're going to issue. For single premium whole life, we have a Part A and a Part B. Still think of Part A as a knockout set of questions. If you get a yes in Part A, it means your client doesn't qualify through 8 tables of underwriting. But all no in Part A and B with everything else looking good will get you Tier 1. All no in Part A with 1 yes in Part B with everything else looking good will get you Tier 2. So that gives you a quick synopsis of the product. So what I want to shift to now very quickly in our remaining time is a little bit of marketing. So this, as I've been telling you, is our agent website, and this is a screenshot of part of it. The top color boxes at the top are our product toolkits. You'll find a product toolkit for every product you're contracted for with us. And in that product toolkit, this happens to be for Generation Legacy, you'll really find everything you need to sell and market our products. And of course, though, your first line of marketing support should always be IMES. Great partners there that have great minds and great marketing support for you. So one thing, if you have to pick up anything from this today, write this one down. It's our mobile link site address, mobile.baltlife.com. Mobile link is not an app that you download from an app store. It's a web address. And when you go to mobile.baltlife.com, you want to save that site address as a shortcut on your phone, and it'll create a nice little shortcut that you can click and go right to it. But now you have an interactive agent guide in the palm of your hand. It gives you the product information, the underwriting guidelines, and a rate and value calculator. Great tool. We also have great point of sale presentation software and presentations out there for your use. This happens to be one for Generation Legacy, very graphically presented, goes through the concepts of asset transfer, features and benefits of the solution. And then with Generation Legacy, we use that gift box concept to get the client understanding how 2 products work together as one. I'm going to flip through quickly based on the time we have and just mention a few other things here. This is the asset transfer analysis form. Fact finding is so critically important in this market, and I would recommend to you looking at, if you don't have a good fact finding tool, using something like this. On this form, you can record the client's current assets, liquid and otherwise, qualified and non-qualified, or cash, and then show them that if they transfer a portion of those funds into one of these products, the impact that will make on their estate value. The bottom of the form will allow you to record their current income to make sure they have enough current income now and going forward before you disturb those funds. The top of the form gives you some great dialoguing questions that hopefully you're going to get some yes responses to that will move you to opening up a conversation and to move forward with the presentation. One of those questions might be, Mrs. Jones, do you have money that you would like to leave behind for your family or favorite charities that's really not needed for your daily living? And most people get the leave behind money concept, and if they don't, it's going to create a great conversation. This screen right now highlights some sales ideas on a document called Single Premium Sales Ideas. And each of these sales ideas are explained in full out there on that document. We've talked about several of these. The annuity portfolio that you have out there, your book of business with annuities, go in and dig deeper. You're going to find that many of these clients are never going to annuitize those funds. Great prospects for generation legacy. What about the older paid-up life policies you run into where the cash values are close to equaling the death benefit? If you can roll at least $5,000 in cash into our single premium whole life, you can do a 1035 exchange and give them a higher paid-up death benefit. What about those failing ULs? If you can rescue at least $5,000 in premium, you can 1035 that into single premium whole life. And then, of course, we have the burial account concept that I role-played earlier and just a number of other great ideas. So take a look at that document. It'll help generate a prospect list for you. We have these great customizable marketing flyers. They explain the concept of asset transfer, features and benefits of the solution, and then it gives you a way to customize it with your contact information and print as many as you need. We have this Excel file calculator. It's a great tool to do a side-by-side on our single premium whole life as compared to a CD at a certain interest rate and a certain tax bracket. It really brings right in the eyeballs of that prospect how much of a significant benefit is for them to move to a single premium product as opposed to putting money in a CD that's probably, again, making less than 1% in interest. We have print ads out there for your use. We have letters. We have phone scripts. We have third-party articles and white papers. All of that, again, is out on our agent website in our product toolkits. So one last thing, Adam, before I wrap, is a quick promotion on our agent trip. Wow, the Boulder, Colorado trip that you've got out there, Arizona, I'm sorry, the Arizona trip in Scottsdale looks fantastic. So I know that if you qualify for those, you're probably, if you're writing business with us, going to qualify for our trip. Our trip next year is to Amelia Island, the Plantation Resort there in Amelia Island, in the month of May. You and a guest, all expenses paid. So in order to qualify, all you need is $600,000 in single premium. That might sound like a lot, but it's one of the lower qualifying amounts out there in the industry. And when you look at average premiums for Generation Legacy, it's $60,000, and for single premium whole life at $30,000. It doesn't take long for you and a guest to have a great trip paid for by Baltimore Life and a chance just to relax with the leaders on that trip at our conference. So with that, Adam, I'm wrapping, and I want to thank everyone, our friends at IMES, and each of you for participating today. We appreciate your business greatly. And if you're not writing with us, we hope you give us a test drive and give us an opportunity to earn your business long term. So Adam, with that, it's back to you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Gary. That's fantastic. Such a great story to tell with Generation Legacy and Secure Solutions and all the tools you have available out there. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and take things back. We do have one final poll here before we wrap completely. I know we're coming up on our hour time here, but very quickly, just simply after that presentation, would you be interested in contracting with Baltimore Life? Keep in mind, we do have our paperless contracting that we looked at earlier in the presentation. So very simple. If you're already appointed with us with a handful of our carriers, and we have your paperless contracting on file, we can get that taken care of with Baltimore Life with those forms. So great products out there to take advantage of, and our agents are really seeing some great traction with their clients using those very concepts that Gary presented, universal life rescue and the burial account. So great opportunity, generate some more business, get some more referrals, and really a pretty lucrative opportunity to qualify for 2 trips with boulders and that very reasonable production requirement for Amelia Island with Baltimore Life. So keep that in mind. Again, I know we are coming up on our time here, so good response here. If you haven't responded to this final poll, if you would please just take a quick moment to do so, and we will get things closed out here and let you go about your day. So, all right. Looks like we did get a good response. Thank you, those of you that responded yes. We will get that contracting information over to you and get you up and running with Baltimore Life. So with that, Gary, I want to thank you again for your time here to go through that presentation, and thank you everyone that joined us here today. Again, we know your time's valuable. This is time you're not in the field prospecting and meeting with clients, so we appreciate you spending a portion of your Friday morning with us here at IAMS, and we will be in touch. If there's any questions, I will be following up via phone call. Be glad to answer those questions and get some additional information out to you. But with that, thanks again, everyone, and have a great Friday and great weekend.